Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could be joining us for our live coverage of the MVSSEA Fall 2020 Valorant League. You had the fortune of having a jam-packed day of games yesterday, but it is us with the fortune of being here with you today to bring you the final game of the regular season. It is myself, Jerry, it's Michael. We're here to bring you St. Thomas More versus Byrne Creek. It should be an epic game. These two teams committed to making it a feisty battle. And for the second time, we see ourselves on Ascent.
Yeah, once again, Ascent, very interesting map pick. We saw this earlier from Byrne Creek in the week, and they actually pulled off an upset against Alpha, so I want to see how this map pick goes for them. And yeah, anything interesting about this game, Jerry?
You will notice that there are only 4 players on the side of St. Thomas, that is on the green side. They are on the defender side. They are playing with a man down, unfortunately, today, but they have committed to playing through the game, as has Byrne Creek, so that is a nice little bit of sportsmanship we're seeing from both teams. We'll see how this plays out. It might be a little bit to their disadvantage, but we'll see if they can make the best of it. As we get into the pistol, they look to invest as they have a 40-second buy period. Again, St. Thomas is going to be defenders. They are the greens on your screen, and Byrne Creek is on red. They are on attackers. Looks like they're going to try for a little bit of a B lane here. The number disadvantage might come into play a little bit here, as they do not have enough players, but it looks like they're actually going to do a nice little read here. They're going to be stacking about 1 on fast rotate, so 3 players here on the B site to defend and execute if necessary. As Sova actually rotates over to the A side, they are playing 2 on each side, but they are rushing up mid. Immediately takes out the Rays, as they now have access into the B site. One with his back turned. Actually, they make it a favorable situation. Same player count, but eventually brought back by Byrne Creek. It is a 2v3. It is possible for them if they choose to go for this. They don't have much to lose. Not much utility or weaponry. Picks up Arena, able to pick up a ghost. Actually gets stuck with the spike cam dart right in the face, so actually cannot see anything. As they look to maybe get a couple of extra picks here, but time is ticking. Time is working against them. A 4th ally right now for Byrne Creek.
1 player remaining.
As Cirky goes down for free. Zeno with that pick. And Watt goes down as well at the end, but nice try taking down 2 players actually for the sign of St. Thomas More.
Yeah, St. Thomas had a good defense setup there. They almost committed to that read of stacking the B site, but in the end they did revert back to a more normal spread, and good aggression from Byrne Creek, getting up mid, getting that mid control, and then just using that to push through market into the B site. And in the end, just due to the player count, they do have an advantage as soon as the round starts. Going to the next round, looks like we're gonna have players, or at least this spike, towards B mid. Early dart coming out, does get shot down by Thick Door quite quickly though. So far, Byrne Creek spread out across the map pretty evenly, but they will start to push towards the A site. Already 3v5, Spike going down on the A site, and
Spike planted.
All 3 players on the side of St. Thomas More are going to try to rotate as fast as possible. We still have a Reyna mid, probably waiting for some sort of rotate. Not finding anyone yet though. At this point, all the defenders are just completely trapped at the site. Nice pick from Victor. Down to a 2v5. Zeki, nice shot onto Meanderthal. Down to the last player, Raze. Does get 1 onto Chaotic. But at this point, the spike has ticked pretty far.
Team Ace.
It looks like it's not gonna have enough time. Zeno getting the final pick and 2 on the round. Or 2 on the board, sorry, for Byrne Creek.
Yeah, it's just aggression from the side of Byrne Creek. They're just pushing. They're looking to test the boundaries, right? They're looking to push up mid. They're treating this like any other game, which we are expecting them to do, right? This isn't, you know, they are looking to get a nice seed in the playoffs if they do end up getting there. So this would be a nice one to win. They are going to try their best. And same with St. Thomas More, right? They're going to also be trying their best here.
Revealing area.
As an arrow goes over.
Careful now. Heads up.
Spike planted.
And we apologize, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of a technical error on our parts. But it is going to be a bomb plant coming through. Most of the time already ticked down from our little technical issue. And a couple players going to be going down for the side of St. Thomas More. Sturkey able to trade one back though. That is pretty crucial for their economy. They are just working with the light buy. So for them to be able to get a full pick, that is crucial. Could have maybe got the second there, but yeah, I think they're able to close it out. A third on the board. Sorry again, for Byrne Creek.
Yeah, as Jerry just mentioned, we did have some technical issues on our end, and we unfortunately did not get to see a lot of that round. However, once again, Byrne Creek showing pretty good aggression towards that B site and being able to take that B site, although obviously St. Thomas More do have that disadvantage. And so far, while they may not be winning the rounds, they are showing us a pretty good try at keeping the attackers out, considering the advantage that the attackers have.
Yeah, but keep in mind, they do have the economy, right? I'm pretty sure with 4 players, they get a little bit of extra cash per round.
Yeah.
That might be a factor.
Nice pick from Chaotic onto Raze. Pushing out B now.
Cool.
Neanderthal, nice pick. Victor trading it back onto Neanderthal. 2 players on the rotate. Zeno getting Watt.
Spike planted.
They may not expect this player.
One
Player
enemy
tagged up.
remaining.
Nice shot onto Zeno. Down to a 1v1. This point, Cypher's holding CT. And he does have a camera, which will give him quite a bit of info. Looks like he might swing this, but chooses not to in the end. Cirque pushing onto site at this point. Doesn't know where Cypher is still. And if he wants to defuse the spike, he has to go now. Nice shot from Victor closing out the round. And that was pretty close.
Yeah, no, St. Thomas More doing great with considering the situation, right? They have 4 players. The fact that Neanderthal is able to get, 2 picks there on the spectre, he maybe not quite expecting the player from Market. They don't have a player actually actively watching mid, so that is a possibility for a player to come right Market. And for him to have that, to have the conscience of mind to kind of check that angle and to be able to frag 2, that's pretty good. They were able to get a pick, just falling short, not the Reyna pushing in, not expecting the Phoenix, and the round ultimately going to Byrne Creek. But already Sturkey getting a pick on Thick Shirt, that makes things interesting, a 4v4 now.
Cover going out.
Chaotic able to claw one back. It is a 3v3, an even trade for both sides. The damage not favoring either side. And that blind spray, it actually gets one Watt before being traded. It is a 1v1 trade.
Spike planted.
Even for both teams. As Phoenix looks to heal himself behind Generator. Reyna is outside. This might catch Raze off guard, but I'm not sure if she'll be ready for this fight. And yeah, Chaos is getting the better of her. And Neanderthal looking in the wrong direction. Zeno taking it down. 5th on the round for 5th on the board for Byrne Creek.
Yeah, once again, we're seeing very good tries from the side of St. Thomas More, and
Yeah.
you know, given the scenario, they're doing a very good job at doing or trying to carry out this defense. And obviously, having a player or an extra player is very influential in a round. It's almost like a scenario as if Byrne Creek got a pick as soon as the round started every single round, so this is huge for them. Going to this round, we're going to have the spike going towards B. No one actually currently on the B site. Raze is basically holding mid at this point. Raze going to be rotating through CT towards the B site. But still, this B take could be completely uncontested. Raze getting a little bit of damage.
One enemy remaining.
Chaos does get the shot onto Raze though, and
Ooh.
a shot from Xeno onto Watt, closing out the round. And yeah, once again, they're doing good to try and keep out these players, but at the end of the day, they just have so much going against them. Going to the next round, looks like both teams still have money. As Jerry mentioned earlier, I believe that since they have less players, they do get a little bit of extra cash that's been helping them out. Once again, shooting out that Sova dart quite quickly. Mid control at this point is basically Byrne's. Raze gonna try to get the info. Nice shot on Chaotic onto Raze. 3v5.
I know exactly.
Chaotic's gonna opt to push almost into CT. Knows that there's one player there.
One enemy remaining.
Gets the pick onto Cirque. And Brim currently
Spike
on
planted.
A, trying to rotate towards B, but all of the players are hopping over towards him. Victor getting the final kill onto Meanderthal.
Yeah, and that was just a time game, right? The Reyna could have peeked out behind him. You know, he did good to try to isolate some fights, but again, trying to isolate that Cypher long, but the Vandal, the range on the Vandal, we know it has a slightly longer range than the Phantom. Just winning out the duel there. Still, with money to make a bit of an investment is St. Thomas More. Again, that little bit of bonus money really kind of coming into play here. But yeah, Byrne Creek just testing them at every corner, and that's just going to be the numbers advantage. Sometimes they're able to claw a few back, but it is going to be a difficult situation regardless. Chaotic, just no fear pushing up mid. He's going to get control of Marcus. Is Brimstone ready for this? Neanderthal. Cirque able to get one before being traded by the Reyna. He is going to peek out into CT. He's going to catch all of these players going. He doesn't get traded out just yet. He gets one as well. That's good on him. There is a Cypher trap for him to get out, but he doesn't know that. Watt sitting
Remaining.
not able to quite get the spray,
Spike planted.
evading him a little bit. And Meanderthal maybe just looking to save the Spectre. I don't know, maybe get a couple of exit frags. But they are going to be hunting him. This is going to be a difficult situation for him. If you can take one down, that would be huge. And if you can't, well, you can't really blame him. And he takes one down. So, good play from him. He's able to kind of hold the economy a little bit. They might catch another one.
Remaining.
He does catch another one, a third in the round. Doable now, but I think the time is a little far ticks. The Reyna is close to the bomb in case he would try to go for the defuse, but yeah, I said one in the round would be good. He nets himself two and a weapon upgrade. Not going down to the spike either, so that is a well played round from Neanderthal.
Yeah, so many of these rounds, I could genuinely see St. Thomas More taking these rounds if they did have a fifth player. At the end of the day, in many of these rounds, it's down to a 1v1, and if there was a fifth player, that would be a man advantage. But just due to the circumstances of being a 4v5, we are at this point in the game. Byrne Creek putting most of their players towards B. Reyna is going to be picking up mid though. Tagging Raised a little bit through the narrowest gaps.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Early camera out, getting that info. Mounterfall getting one player.
Oh,
Nice shot onto Chaotic. It's a crisp flick on Partner trading it back.
Spike planted.
Partner gets another one onto Watt. 2v4.
One player
Zeke's
remaining.
swinging. Cirque goes down. Mounterfall gets one onto Xeno, but does get traded by Zeke.
Tough that.
yeah, absolutely. Mianfastal's having a one hell of a game. He is absolutely doing a lot of the work for St. Thomas More. Just not quite getting there, but a wonderful try nonetheless. We did see him struggle a little bit in this tournament, but as far as this game goes, he has been absolutely unstoppable, it looks like. Byrne Creek having to dedicate a lot of resources to taking him down. But yeah, nonetheless, going to be 9 on the board for Byrne Creek as they look to extend their lead here. St. Thomas More looking to get a couple on the board before they switch to the other side. We did see against Alpha, this is a strong map for Byrne Creek. Even when they're looking to take into playoffs, Kukan's getting caught down by the Chaotic. He is in CT. Defender spawn is a little bit compromised now, so you have to be careful. They are aware of it and they will lock it down. But the attackers have already
Spike
locked down the
planted.
B site and they are going to have the spike go down. It's notoriously difficult to take down the
One
spike.
player remaining.
As a wall bang through the wall, Cirque, unfortunate timing. Partner just catching the footsteps with the wall bang with the Vandal. Now, Partner is gonna try to hunt for this next frag, but this one isn't gonna come easy. Watt moving up. All the players are pushing up behind him. They are almost playing Ring Around the Rosie here. As 4 players, they're coming out mid. Victor going back towards the B side. He might catch them. Like, the timing not quite favoring him. Partner able to just turn back in time, get the headshot off with the Vandal, and it's going to be 10, double digits.
Yeah, in that last round, it's not an interesting thing when the attackers are pushing up mid towards market. I think Meanders actually pulled off of B, which, you know, maybe at this point, St. Thomas More is opting to try to get themselves into a better retake position. You know, just due to the man disadvantage they have, they want to keep as many players alive for a possible retake.
Odin.
Yeah, whoa, we see the Odin. Early dart coming out onto the B site. Doesn't get the player, but Meowderfall does get one on Partner. Dinks a bunch, but not actually killing any of them. Zeke does trade it back to Meowderfall. Watt getting a nice pick with the Sheriff. Ray's boombotting out,
Spike
trying to
planted.
find a player somewhere. And Zeke is camped in the corner and could catch Cirque off guard. Will he check it? That's the real question. Ray's slowly making his way onto site. Watt coming through lobby.
Nowhere to run.
Gets shot from somewhere. And at this point, Byrne has the Odin. Zeke does eventually get Cirque
One enemy
in
remaining.
that corner. Race does get one onto Zeke, but Victor swings and gets the kill.
Yeah, it's unfortunate timing a little bit there.
Last
But
round
good
for the
stuff
half.
from Byrne Creek to try to close that one out. That showstopper could have been a lot. Could have absolutely taken them down, but they are able to pull it back just in time. So no harm, no foul here. They are going to be taking the Odin as well. I think the Odin is quite a powerful gun on this map. I think it is, you know, a little bit unintentionally powerful. It's a little bit for 3.2k as well. That is just, don't you think? It's a little bit overpowered, hey?
Yeah.
Especially on this map where there's so many kind of thin walls, especially this one on B, you could actually spray through it quite easily. And that one as well, right? You can just spray right through that wall and they'll take a ton of damage. Neanderthal getting the better of the Odin with his carries,
Over. You're dead.
but Watt getting caught out from multiple angles.
Going up.
12-0 half.
Switching sides. Match point.
Yeah, Byrne Creek just using not only their map pick, but also just the man advantage
Yeah.
very effectively and just swarming any remaining players. This is the last round, and St. Thomas More need to pull off a flawless pistol. Though I will say, playing with fewer players on the attacker side could be easier. You know, you don't have to be spread out across the map watching sites and let them focus their resources. But it does look like Byrne is going to be rushing out mid.
Yeah, for sure. But let's not discredit Byrne Creek here, right? They are doing good work. Like we saw in the last round, that Sova ult, it could have gotten a lot more of his teammates had they not, you know, been careful there, right? The Sova that was actually sitting and camping that corner, he swung out and killed that attacker player throwing his ult, right? So
yeah,
we are gonna see all of those swarm the A site, but the attackers are all on the B site. The smoke's going down now. They have a free plant here. This is interesting.
That's the best odds they've had so far. It's all down to this post plant.
Yeah, and the B site is notoriously difficult to retake, isn't it? It's just such close
Nice
angles
shot
and so
from
many
pants.
Nearly takes one down after death. Watt still here, 2 players. Still trying to make their way into the site. One already dinged. EFP able to get the trade. Turkey trade is that back, although it's a 1v1. Damage not good on either side. One bullet will do it, and Victor able to close it out.
This is no
so
problem.
Is there time?
Does he have time? I don't think there's
Is
time.
there time? I don't think there's time. Oh, he gets a 32
barely.
seconds on the clock. The 13-0 dream.
Stay hidden.
0.32 seconds left.
It's unfortunate, but 4 players down. St. Thomas More make a case, but ultimately they do fall to Byrne Creek, who I think do secure themselves a spot in the tournament. And yeah, look at that Neanderthal. He is leading the charts, doing all he can, but given the man disadvantage situation, they are just unfortunately punished. And that is really unfortunate, isn't it? He's doing work, he's getting all the picks he can, but unfortunately that man disadvantage is not favoring them.
Yeah, but it was still an excellent try from them nonetheless.
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that they're going through with this and, you know, even trying despite the fact that they had this disadvantage is pretty good sportsmanship. This is the last game of the regular season, and if they wanted to, just due to the fact that they were missing a player, they could have forfeited. And, you know, we do want to mention that St. Thomas More did want to go through with a 4v5, and Byrne Creek also pretty good sportsmanship, letting them try their hand at it. But yeah, as you mentioned, Neanderthal trying everything possible to try to keep them in the running, but at the end of the day, that man advantage just overpowers everything else.
Yeah, but like we said, this was just it was a numbers game, wasn't it? There's just one defuse on Victor. That final round we just saw, the 13th. Only the one defuse coming through. There are plants, but you know, in terms of defuses, that's the only one. So like you said, that was great sportsmanship from both teams to carry through that round. They absolutely could have forfeited. They absolutely could have said, you know, look, we don't want to play this game. We know, you know, our odds aren't, you know, maybe the best. We have a man disadvantage situation as well. We don't want to go through with it. For them to be able to take that mentality and to be able to actually play through this game and not want to, you know, give up, I think that says a great deal about their sportsmanship. I think that says a great deal about who they are as players. And I want to recognize that, right? Even though the scoreline wasn't their way, they gave it their all. They tried their best. They showed up, and they played through the game. And I think that's the key here.
Yeah, so many rounds were so close. You know, in very many of them, it was down to that 1v1 when Byrne Creek is starting with an extra player, and for St. Thomas to force their hand that far, pretty impressive.
Yeah, and it is the final game of the regular season, ladies and gentlemen. So we do have our list of players in the playoffs, or teams rather, in the playoffs. First of all, we have Killarney, who have qualified. Byrne Creek as well. We just saw them play. They are going to be your second team in the playoffs, followed by Alpha, and then followed by Vancouver College. So those are going to be 4 teams in the playoffs. Our first set of playoff games, the semifinals, will occur on, I believe, December 5th. Unless there are any updates, there should be Killarney versus Vancouver College and Byrne Creek versus Alpha to get that coveted spot in the finals.
Yeah, and with that win that Byrne Creek just had, this brings Byrne Creek, Alpha, and Vancouver College all to the same sort of win-loss rate of 4 wins and 2 losses. So going into the playoffs, it'll be very interesting to see how things will actually end up.
Yeah, and this was actually an important one, wasn't it? They had their final win to secure, but the fashion in which they did it, again, props to St. Thomas More for pulling through with it, but the amount of time that it took them to win this match actually played a factor in their average win time, which actually propelled them into that ranking. They could have been second, third, or fourth, and they managed to secure that second place spot off the back of this win. So yeah, impactful game this was. Again, the 4 teams, best of luck to all 4 teams in the playoffs. We will see you hopefully December 5th at 12 o'clock for the first matchup. And yeah, that's all from us.
Yeah, obviously we do need to just mention that these schedulings for the 5th are quite tentative, so they could be rescheduled, but just check up on the calendar or check up on the schedule, which is posted in the Discord, if you want the most up-to-date information. And I think that's it from us.
Of course, there is always the MVSSEA Discord for you. If you wish to have the most up-to-date information, you can always check the announcements tab. And yeah, that's all. We will see you hopefully for the playoffs. Thank you so much for coming tonight, and have a great night.